hold on. Let me do something real quick. Let me make sure before I Yep, had to make sure it was on, because if it wasn't on, oh boy, it's gonna look stupid. Alright. I like his channel. I just want to hear what he has to say fully. I listened to a little bit of it and I was like, I got some stuff I want to say, so let's see what he has to say and then we'll just talk about that.
Hello everybody and welcome. I just want to say real quick, if you've just stumbled across this channel and you're new, why not hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications and join us on the journey to 3,000 subscribers. If you really want to help me out, give this video a thumbs up and comment down below. But anyway, let's get back to the video. Hey everybody, welcome back. Alright, so today I have some more YouTube boxing news for you, which I bet you're all glad to hear. We should all know by now that basically KSI, he still wants to fight Jake Paul. However, like I've been saying for the last year, he's not good enough in order to fight Jake, right?
He has. I've listened to him really talk about KSI and how he's not on that level. And looking at it and putting it, it does seem like a fairy tale. It does scream fairy tale dream come true type thing if KSI knuckles up with Jake and beats Jake. It is more of a fairy tale at this point. Reason being is Jake has gotten sharper, very much sharper. I will always state this: if they fought back when Jake fought Deji, yes, then we would have. This story would have been very different. We would have been right now probably waiting for KSI versus Logan Paul instead of KSI versus Jake. But we're here waiting for him to fight the younger brother. But hey, the younger brother's doing good for himself. Very good. I don't think they should fight, but hey, we'll see what happens.
Now, and if he was to fight Jake, he would get dropped. So what's happened is JJ has basically come out and said to everybody, look, I need to fight someone else and then I'll fight Jake Paul.
Makes sense.
Even for Dow, JJ's trainer, who he's had since the Joe Weller fight, it said JJ has wanted to fight Jake. However, it's unrealistic for him to get in the ring right now with Jake, try and fight him, because he'll just lose. I just find it funny. I just got to gloat for a minute and just say I think it's pretty funny that JJ...
Okay, I can understand where you want to gloat, because let's be real, if you would have had a prediction of sorts, or if you would have been the only one in the world screaming that, and not just the people, but the person himself and his trainer came out and confirmed what you just said, I would be gloating too if I was him.
Himself and his trainer have basically both come out and said that JJ isn't on the same level as Jake anymore. And it's just funny because, I've been saying for so long that, JJ would lose to Jake. And a lot of people have been trying to argue with me, saying to me, oh, you're wrong. You're just a Jake Pauler. I'm not, by the way. I'm really not. I'm just telling you how it is. And I just think it's funny how it's all just come back and I've been proven right. JJ himself and his trainer have just come out and admitted that JJ needs to fight someone else because he's basically not good enough. People will probably still try and argue with me now, say that this isn't true. Jake Paul could still lose to KSI now when he really can't. So the question is, who will JJ fight before he fights Jake? So obviously he needs a warm-up fight. Okay, so first thing is, we can't...
There's a lot of people actually still out there that he could still fight. I mean, if you're talking about on a recent level, then we're about to talk about, yes. There is still a bunch of fighters he can still call out. There's a bunch of YouTubers that haven't fought in a good while that need someone to fight against. So it's not, story-wise, yes. This makes so much sense that it can't even be written even better. The only way this could be written better is if Jake himself comes out and says, I'll make the contract where whoever wins fights me next. Like, that's the only way that this can make sense. Yep.
I have Logan Paul again. We can't have V3 because basically, if you didn't know, Logan and JJ are actually on good terms for once, like they actually are. And if you didn't know, so Team Maverick, which is Logan Paul's team, is actually going to be collabing with the Sidemen. Yeah, you heard that right. Logan and JJ, they're actually going to make some content together. It would probably be amazing. And that's really cool to see, basically, people that were rivals are now becoming friends. Like, that's awesome. The benefit of all this is Jake has been saying that he's not interested in fighting KSI anymore, and, you know, realistically...
I know he's about to say that, what was he about to say? He's about to say that Jake has no interest in fighting him, and if he sees Logan chilling with KSI, that he's gonna be like, no, not today. I'm going to fuck you up, chilling with my older brother, the one that you beat up. I think not. And I don't think that's a legitimate reason. I kind of think that he should still leave it alone. I feel like I don't have to know Jake Paul to feel like the biggest flex he'll make is like, oh, so now you're hanging out with your enemies. Am I next to be hung out with or something? Like something like that. Like if we meet up, I'll slap you in the face and we'll fight. Some dumb stuff. And I feel like Logan will probably eventually ask KSI about that. Because I feel like they'll probably have like time to be able to have like a conversation like that. That's why I feel like that conversation's gonna go. But hey, I don't know. I'm just predicting.
If Jake sees Logan going over to the UK, which apparently they're coming to London now, like, imagine what Jake's going to see when he sees Logan being all friendly with KSI. Like, that is going to piss him off, and I think that is going to make Jake want to fight KSI. Now, the benefit for Logan is if he collabs with the Sidemen, hopefully he can now come over to the UK without getting attacked by all the mega KSI fans. So yeah, there you go. If you didn't know, Sidemen and Team Maverick are having a collab, and I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to make. I have no idea what they are going to make, but hey, it's going to be interesting. But anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about KSI's boxing. So alright, so let's just get a gist of where we're at. He can't fight Jake because he's not ready yet. He can't fight Logan because there's no point. Like, they've already made up and they're friends and they're already starting to make content and stuff together, so that fight is basically pointless. He can't fight Bryce Hall because, well, that was the original plan.
The one big reason I would never let Bryce Hall fight again is a very simple one. Bryce looked horrible to the point where I can give almost any opponent. Joe Weller looked better. And KSI wasn't even using the technique. He was just... That was KSI in his first fight. That's all he was doing, just repeatedly going at him. He was pulling Gibb. Well, the same night Gibb was pulling Gibb. But still... This is stupid. This really is.
Bryce Hall, if he was to win that fight, JJ said easily he'd go fight him, but obviously that's now gone out the window because Bryce Hall lost, and Bryce Hall proved to the world that he is as good at boxing as a blind man is at driving a car. Wow. So realistically, out of all the people on YouTube, I think there is only one person that JJ can actually fight, and that's
himself.
The guy that beat up Bryce Hall.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a good option too. I mean that's a good option. Yeah, okay.
Austin McBroom. But before I do get into that, I don't know if you know this as well, but you know the guy who lost to Anderson Gibb, Taylor Holder, he actually called out JJ saying, look, if you think you're that good, why don't you rock up to my...
My problem with Taylor Holder is this. Out of the entire card, everybody that even loved Gibb voted you would win. Their prediction was you beating Gibb because everything about it screamed an easy victory on your part. But for some reason, and it was nerves. It probably was just nerves for his very first fight. So I don't hate him for that. I'm more mad because he actually, in every other setting that he was in about the fight, oh, I'm gonna end this boy. Oh, I'm gonna hurt this boy. I don't know what y'all want me to fight him for. I'm gonna hurt him. You didn't hurt him. The most you did was barely any damage. He had a little red mark on him. Little. Like, meaning it probably stinged a little, but it wasn't enough to make him be like, I'm bad at bridge, guys. I need help. No, he was like... You probably even made him mad. Worse, you didn't do anything. And I'm sorry. I can understand if a person loses a fight and they're ready to rebound or and they're ready to go for the next fight. That is understandable. That is completely understandable. But what is not understandable is in your fight, you basically stood there and blocked. And you cannot lie to the world and try to tell everybody, "Oh, I blocked everything. Yeah. We'll fight again. I'll block it. Yeah, just like I blocked everything you gave me." Pretty much all of his shots were body shots. You were blocking your head. You started blocking your body when you realized, "Oh, I think he's going for the body." But it felt like you realized that in round 3. Or was it round 2? Or was it round 4? It was stupid. This was stupid. The fight was stupid. I was hyped for it, thinking that it was going to be a really competitive back and forth between both of you. But it was just all Nissan giving you every now and then remembering, "Oh yes, I know how to punch now. I know how to punch. Yes, I can punch now. Okay, blocking time. Okay, yeah, that was something. Okay. Let me just block my body. Oh, me, what was that?" I wanted to see a really good fight, and I'm pissed because I didn't see a really good fight from you. You of all people, everybody sucked your dick. I apologize for the language, but that's what happened. Everyone literally sucked you off. They kissed your butt, they bowed at your feet and said you were the most experienced. You were going to whoop Gib. You were going to do this. I rooted for Gib because I didn't care. My prediction didn't change. I said I felt like you would win, but I'm still going with Big Gibber. I didn't care because I went with what I wanted, not what was shown to me. And you failed horribly. Continue though.
Gym, and have a spar and all this, and it's like, bro, like, we all thought you was going to be good, but Anderson Gibb proved that you're not that good. So, respect to you for not being arrogant or anything, but you did lose, so you can't really now be punching up at JJ now. So probably don't call him out. But anyway, let's get back to Austin McBroom. So Austin McBroom has basically come out publicly and said, "Look, I'll be down to fight JJ." JJ has responded and said, "Yeah, it's an easy warm-up fight. Yeah, it looks like it's actually going to happen." So in order to get this in your head of these two fighting, let me just explain to you why this is going to be a good fight. Firstly, JJ is 6 foot and Austin McBroom is 5'11". JJ can fight at 190 pounds. When Austin fought Bryce Hall, it was 172.5 pounds. The thing is if they were to fight, they kind of have to meet in the middle. Like, JJ, he has to lose a ton of weight. Austin needs to put on a ton of weight. The thing that makes this fight make sense as well is JJ has just turned 28 years old and Austin McBroom is 29 years old. So the height, the reach, the age, everything's pretty bang on apart from the weight, which can easily be sorted. But this is where it gets interesting. The JJ clearly has more experience in boxing than Austin. However, for the best part of 2 years, JJ has not been training boxing, which means he's basically been out of shape for, one and a half, 2 years now. Austin has just come out of his fight camp. He's just had his fight, so he's now fresh and ready to go for another fight. But then this is where it gets complicated. Yes, Austin McBroom, he may be the one that's in shape right now. But we've all seen how quickly JJ gets in shape. It takes him like a few months and then he's ripped. Like, it's pretty crazy, his work ethic when it comes.
Get paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit. Install the Chime app today and get started.
Unlike Deji's. So Austin may be ahead physically in terms of his cardio, his conditioning, and obviously the way he looks.
I think that this fight's going to be an actual better fight than a lot of people probably think it is going to be. The reason being, I think this is actually... Hold on, let me change the light real quick. The reason... wow, that's so much better. The reason I think that this fight is going to be much better than people think it's going to be is because of this. I believe Austin is going to be better on positioning with his strikes. I believe that he's going to be better well timed, and I believe that JJ is going to come in with he always comes in with the absolute power that is not. Don't get me wrong, he doesn't have no Deontay Wilder type power, but that's what he kind of walks like. He kind of walks like a Deontay Wilder kind of fighter, like not too much to it, but he can mix it up. He's not too much known for it, but he can do it. I think that he's about to walk in with so much power with this that he can beat Austin by clipping him a few good times, and I think that's how he wins the fight. I don't see Austin like being beaten, like going down. I see probably ref stoppage at worst. I see Austin probably being hit, being stunned really bad, and KSI just unloading in like the ropes of the corner, and then that's how the fight ends. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sorry. I think the conditioning on KSI is just too good for a lot of fights. Hence why I kind of believe, because it's so natural and it's so weird how natural it is. Because you would think that there's something up with this, but you look at his fights and you can tell that yes, he's breathing. He's a human being. He's bleeding, but this fucker's still going though. He has the I can't lose attitude. He doesn't have the over aggressive I'm about to be a dick to everybody attitude like Jake. He has the I can't lose, and he has a different reason than Jake does. Jake put himself into a big pit. A big pit. KSI didn't. KSI is just simply saying, I'm gonna stop you. This is gonna be a really good fight. I think I always say a lot of like in the middle of the fight. I say third, fourth round type thing. I'll say it again. I say depends on how long the fight is. I believe it can go to the fourth round before it ends. I say fourth only because if Austin is really good on defensive wise, he probably would, cover up a lot. Not a lot, like to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, that was the fight. It was all covering. No, like to the point where it was like he did really good on defense wise. He really hung in there and he really caught JJ with some stuff. But go off, King.
JJ is ahead mentally because obviously he knows the boxing game better. JJ has basically got all of his tours and all of this summer stuff coming up, which basically means that Austin will not be able to fight JJ until maybe next year or very late in this year, which basically means that Austin now has months and months to train and to get better. The thing is with JJ is he will easily get in shape, but the question is will Austin be able to catch up to his boxing IQ in the short period of time that he's got? And here's the thing, you may say, nah, Austin, I can't do that, but the thing is this, Austin.
Here's the thing, before you get into it, because I know you're about to show the clips and show how good he is in just 3 months. Because in a short 3 months, this man did not look like I said this when I was talking about everything that happened immediately after the whole thing went down. Austin did not look, his brother-in-law, none of those three looked like veterans. They didn't look like pro boxers on that in particular level. They felt in positioning, body wise, foot wise, hand movement, body movement in general. Everything screamed more on the amateur side of it, but it was like a seasoned amateur. It was like the amateur's been in the gym longer than we are being perceived. Like it seemed like the 3 months. It felt like he was there for a whole year, and this is what came out of it. That's what it looks like. So imagine, and I'm pretty sure we already know how this is going to work. KSI said it wasn't going to happen, but clearly it's going to happen again. He's probably going to have to be training throughout all these tours and everything that he's going to be doing. He's going to have to be training. So we'll probably get like little clips of him hitting pads on like the tour bus or at the hotel and stuff, probably outside. Of him probably like I was last time when he was kind of big, he was kind of chunky, and he was hitting it like right outside like that when he was blindfolded and everything. I think we'll probably get some more stuff like that, and it's just gonna be just sick. And I do believe that, like I said, this fight's gonna be really good. I do believe that Austin's gonna come with the best defensive wise that we've ever seen of any YouTube boxer. I do believe so.
McBroom only had a few months to fight Bryce Hall, and I'm not going to sit here and say that Austin McBroom did an amazing job against Bryce. Well, he kind of did. He did a good job. And the thing is Austin was clearly the better boxer, and he did learn pretty damn quickly. It might have something to do with the fact that he was at Evander Holyfield's gym, but either way, Austin learned boxing pretty damn quick. The question is will Austin have enough time, and will he be able to learn fast enough to become a good enough boxer to fight JJ? If he learned that quickly to fight Bryce and basically just demolish him, I don't know. He could do, he could not do. Another thing that makes this fight make sense is we clearly know that JJ and Jake Paul, they clearly have beef. Like, they're not friends with each other. They hate each other, actually. But if you didn't know this, Austin McBroom actually has beef with Jake as well. Yeah. I'm going to show you a clip of that.
Hey, if you want to start it, I'm going to finish it. Alright, so that's where we're going with it now? That's where we're going with it now? If you want to do that, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't start something that you don't want to get yourself into as a man. Bro, we talked about this, though. You know that. We talked about what, though? We had conversations about this shit. You already know the game. If you want to start it, then I'm going to finish it. I thought we was boys. If we were boys, then for sure, then we can run it up after my shit. After I knock Bryce out, you coming up next.
So there you go. So the best thing about this fight is whoever the winner is between JJ and Austin McBroom, they should be the person to fight Jake. Austin McBroom and JJ, they both said on their Instagrams that they're down for the fight. I only found out about this because you guys have told me on Instagram. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who told me about this. If you do watch my channel and you want me to make videos, and you know, I will admit, like, it is difficult trying to find the content. You know, I've got to plan everything. I've got to edit it. You know, I've got to do everything myself. So if you want to help me out to get more ideas for videos, follow my Instagram, DM me. Give me ideas if you want. It really helps out, because if you guys didn't tell me about this on Instagram, I probably wouldn't have found out about this until a couple of days, and then before then, you know, loads of people have probably made videos about it. So let me know in the comments down below. Let's have a friendly discussion. Let's not.
Before we get to this, I want to say this. Jake has made what's the name thing of calling out, making fun of JJ for not stepping up. But like, he's like, oh, you're so quick to hop on against him, but against me, no. Clown emoji, clown emoji, clown emoji. He's already given you a reason. You've gotten the epic reason that you wanted. You're better than he thought you were going to be. You've been better. He wasn't training during that time period. He's doing music. And now look at it. Now look at it. Look at where we are. Look at where we are. We're at a point now where Austin McBroom is going to be taking on KSI. Well, I believe KSI is going to win. Yes. Do I believe Austin's about to put up an absolute clinic in there and probably shut down JJ a few times before JJ puts him down and just ends it? Yes. That's how I believe the fight will go. I believe that McBroom is not about to play with this. He is not. He should walk in with everything on his shoulders, knowing that this is all him. But other than that, that's how I see it all going.